Knowing what you know now, what will your own child's learning path be like? Traditional school, homeschool, private school, etc. Welcome back to the Kwik Brain Podcast. I'm your host and your brain coach, Jim Kwik. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about education. Now, this could be a whole 30-day course. We could do a multiple-day workshop on education. I don't think, regardless of what you choose for your children in terms of the path, I do believe that we need to support and nurture our child's mind outside of school. And so crafting an ideal learning path for a child is a very deeply personal decision. I went through public school. My mother became a public school teacher, started in special education to help me with my special needs. And it's a very personal decision that you have to consider the child's unique needs, interests, your family values, circumstances. If I were to design a learning journey, I'm just going to add some of the aspects. And again, these are just recommendations, things for you to kind of think about and ponder over. You could do your own research, but knowing the value of personalized and holistic education, I like personally to have a more blended approach. Let's go through some of the options here or some of the different ideas. There's hybrid schooling, where you're combining elements of traditional schooling with also homeschooling, could provide a very structured yet flexible education. This model allows for the social benefits and extracurricular opportunities of traditional school while also offering more personalized attention and curriculum customization that homeschooling can provide. I would also focus in terms of education on core skills. Regardless of the schooling format, the focus would be on developing core skills. Things like meta learning that we teach, speed reading, memory improvement, subjects like critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, emotional intelligence. These are skills that are absolutely critical and crucial for success and fulfillment in any future career and personal life. Also, let's talk about incorporating technology. I'm very pro technology. I just feel like people have to make good, wise choices. Technology is a tool for you to be able to use to support you on your educational and empowering endeavors. So leveraging educational technology to enhance learning could be very valuable. Tools and platforms, like for us, we have the largest online academy for accelerated learning, but there are other ones that could support interactive learning. There's virtual reality. We are adding AI, a bot that you could just like have me on demand. It's a wonderful way in the future education to personalize a child's learning. And adaptive learning would be utilized to be able to make lessons more engaging and tailored to your child's learning pace, to their brain type. For those of you who've gone to mybrainanimal.com, and your children can take that free assessment also as well, and their personal learning style. Another principle that I would employ for children is experiential learning. You'll notice if you ever came to one of our events, and we're excited, we're gonna have our annual Brain Power Conference later this year. What we do is we emphasize experiential learning, and you could do that with your children through projects, through field trips, real world applications. This approach, what it does, as you think about it, it connects the theoretical knowledge to practical, pragmatic use, making learning more meaningful because it's relevant, and that's what makes it more memorable. This is a special message and invitation for our students. I want to tell you about a revolutionary, unique, powerful, and proven course to be able to upgrade your learning and your life. So not only can you get better grades, but you can do it in a fraction of the time. For only 15 or 20 minutes a day, for 30 days, I guarantee you will be equipped with the best tools, tactics, resources, and strategies to level up your learning. Go to kwikbrain.com/student. Use the code podcast15 and you'll get instant enrollment as a thank you for listening to our show. I would also say part of the spectrum, if you will, of education is the cultural and global exposures, like providing opportunities, if it's possible, for cultural and global exposure through, if travel is an option, language learning, the interactions with diverse communities. This could help develop a more well-rounded perspective and foster things like empathy and global awareness. I was mentioning our Brain Power Conference. I remember one year we had music producer legend Quincy Jones there, and he had this phrase. We were talking about language learning, and he speaks like 23 languages, and we're talking about music and language learning, and he also has this phrase that you have to go to know. When you go somewhere new and you change the place or the people you're spending time with, especially things like their cuisine, their language, their art, their music. So this is a wonderful way to broaden. Remember this quote: a person's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never regains its original dimensions. So that novelty is so very, very important. And then supporting a child's passions, you introduce them to stimuli, right? Novelty, and see where their heart, their mind, their interests flow. Actively identifying and nurturing your child's passions and interests, whether it's art or it's science or it's sports or it's technology, supporting these interests can motivate a child's learning and contribute to giving them a sense of fulfillment and identity and purpose. Another component that I have to address in education is emotional and social intelligence, emotional and social development, if you will. Prioritizing emotional and social development alongside academic learning. Activities that promote emotional resilience, social skills, communication skills, presentation skills, and personal growth. I didn't get to see my first personal growth book until I was an adult, but that early exposure, it could be part of their educational experience. And just remember the power of instilling lifelong learning into a child of every age and stage. Instilling a love of lifelong learning by modeling. You want to be the example. So they will model your curiosity and your continuous pursuit of knowledge. If you're reading more, your children are going to see that. And they have these mirror neurons where they're imitating the behaviors. They don't do what you say as much as what you do, right? It's absolutely critical. Teaching them to be curious, asking questions. We've done podcasts in the past with the science of awe, seeking answers, embracing learning as a continuous and enjoyable part of life. This approach aims to provide a balanced, more harmonious and rich educational experience that prepares a child not just academically, but as a well-rounded, valuable citizen, a thoughtful, capable individual, ready to tackle whatever the future holds. I hope you enjoy these quick insights, quick, quote unquote, KWIK. I'm your brain coach, Jim Kwik. If you enjoyed this session, please like, share, comment, teach it to somebody else. Leave a review if you're able to. It's the highest compliment our team can receive. Please share your joy stories. If you want to take a screenshot wherever you're consuming this, tag me in it. We always, every week, repost some of our favorites. We also randomly gift out a copy of Limitless or one of our programs out to our community, just as a thank you to reinforce your action. So again, thank you for listening to this. I look forward to the next episode. Until then, remember to be limitless.